good afternoon. Welcome back to another video. Obviously today, this video is going to be something different. As you all remember, a few videos ago, I did a thing about men's mental health. I got a great response from that, and I thought this time I'm going to step it up just a little bit so we can discuss a little bit more about men's mental health and then the effects of it. So today, first time doing this, obviously, so bear with me. Still kind of nervous I'm actually doing this. So I'm actually got one of my friends with me, Elliot Kelly, right? We're going to be discussing about men's mental health, the stuff that he's been through, you know, and also just to basically reassure that all the guys out there, right, that if you're going through things, that it's okay that you can speak. You don't have to suffer things alone. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's why I thought I'll do this episode today. Yes, I know it's mainly a car channel, but we're switching that up, you know, because this is a really important thing. We all need to understand, we all need to learn that, you know what, we still need to be there for one another. No matter who's got the nicest car, the nicest clothes, the top end trainers, whatever, yeah. Because at the end of the day, we're born naked at the end of the day, alright? So we shouldn't be antagonizing each other. We shouldn't be bullying each other. You know, we should be guiding each other. So then, you know, so people don't have suicidal thoughts. So people can, especially men, just come out and say, you know what? No, I'm not alright. I want to be able to talk. I want to do this and I want to do that. Okay, and obviously, like I said in my previous video, I've been through certain things where I've not been able to do that, and it's taken me a very, very long time to get to that point where I can do that. So, in today's video, I might go into things a little bit deeper, I might not, but we'll see. But anyway, I want to introduce you to my friend. Alright, we've known each other for how long?
Decades.
Yeah, so this is my friend Elliot Kelly. Obviously, you know what I mean? I thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
Literally. And, you know, when I did that last video,
yeah,
you know, like we spoke, just off camera, I said to you, I did that video, and all of a sudden, a couple of days later, you popped up, and then it was mad because I know you've been through your own journey. You know, you've done things yourself, which obviously, like I've said to you privately, I'll also say it to these guys as well. If you whatever you feel comfortable, you want to speak about,
yeah,
then you can. You don't have to. You know what I mean? We can speak about that privately. Absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Like I appreciate doing this.
You're welcome.
Right, sorry about that. Obviously, I had a phone call. Yeah, obviously, yeah. Anyway, I know my phone should be on silent. So, anyway, back to what we were saying. So, yeah, man, like, it was weird. I did that video before. I did that last video.
Yeah.
Many videos about men's mental health.
Yeah, I watched it.
Like I said, it was a fact of that because I know you.
Yeah.
You know. Obviously, yeah, we haven't spoken for a while,
no,
but then we've still kept in touch.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and then like you've had your journey, I've had mine, and because of what you were doing on social media,
yeah,
don't worry, I'll give you his social media details at the end as well, like all of them in the description, and we'll go into that later. But yeah, I just thought, let me reach out. let me reach out.
It's a good thing to do, really, isn't it?
Because you're epitome. Not epitome, not the right word. You're like, not I won't say epitome. That's not the word I wanted. You're like the living standard of you can go through dark times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we still all go through dark times. And
of course,
you can still stand back up.
Yeah.
And be like, yes, I'm still here today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you know, it's like just wanted to encourage everyone that, you know, if you can do it, and you know. I know, obviously, it took you a while, didn't it, to get to where you are today?
Fucking hell, yeah. This has been what, 11 months, really trying, but 3 years of properly trying to achieve and get to the goals where I am today. That's right, and I think I've achieved more in these last 11 months than I have in my life. True story.
No, that's good, man. Because obviously, like, it's well, you like obviously you can tell your story if you want, man. Like where, because obviously you've been through some dark times.
Yeah, so I had a background where I was 11 years old, started experimenting with drugs. It was the cool thing to do. You know, I wanted to fit in. I used to hang around with the older boys, and you know, started fighting and stuff like that. The drugs came into play, and that was a cool thing to do. I thought that's how you pulled women, quite frankly, and you know, women liked a hard man, and that's what it was going to be. So
it's true though. Back then, that was the case. I mean, you had to be a certain individual. Like you was either extremely talented, or you was a fighter, or you just had pure looks, and that's what it was. But when, like, you know, and I don't know if it's still like that today. Because we're big grown men now.
Unfortunately.
So, but then obviously after that, you went down that path of doing drugs.
Yeah.
Doing
not fun anymore.
Not fun. Just being a lad.
Yeah.
At the time, he was just being a lad. But then, like, obviously, you know, like I said, we've already speaking off camera before, so I already know certain things. Obviously, you know, it was difficult for you.
It was
difficult, and then especially like that you had, from what you said to me, you had that pinnacle point, even though you was going through all that stuff. But then you had a pinnacle point where it was like, oh, damn, and what can I do?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and obviously you can tell him like what that pinnacle point was.
I mean, the issue what I had is obviously I got to an age where I was uncomfortable in life. You know, I'd been doing what I'd been doing all my life, and I don't think my parents were. My mum was very aware of what was going on. However, my dad wasn't. He chose not to be. And then 5 days before his death, he had a sudden heart attack. But he left me with care and control of my sisters and my mum, and he told me if anything ever happened to him, then I was to look after my mum and my sisters. And then 5 days later, he died of a heart attack. It was just me and him, and he died. And then I'm like, the only person that I've ever been able to confide in and speak to about any issues in life was my mum. But wait a minute, because he's asked me to look after them, I can't put that burden on my mum. So fuck it. So my dad's died now, and I've now got 3 females I've got to look after. And so that means I can't cry. That means I'm not allowed to express my feelings to anybody, because they might tell my sisters or my mum that I'm struggling.
Exactly.
So I go cold, and that's it. And so I'm hiding behind door, and actually the drugs became the hardest battle of my life then. It was, you know, I went on, the addiction just got so bad. And I now look back and I think actually living that addiction like that was harder than, you know, burying my dad. It was. It really was.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's, you know, and the thing is, like, it goes back to what we spoke about periods before, and what I've spoke about as well. It's that thing of when we're growing up, it's that thing of, God, you're a guy, you're a man, you've got to be strong, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you can't break down.
No.
And I think maybe now where we maybe the last generation that's having.
I agree with what you're saying.
You know, I think maybe we're the last generation that's actually going through that.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not, but then I know that we're that generation of, that was difficult because we had to be.
You're right, bro.
No, we had to be. It was the case of, like, don't get me wrong, I still do it to my little boy now. My little boys too. Like, if it falls over, cries. I'm like, you're all right, man. Get over it. Yeah. But obviously, I'll still comfort.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But obviously, our parents probably still did it as well. But then it was the other side of it where it was just like, you can't cry, you can't really show emotions. You've got to be. You've got to be strong, and it just goes down. It went down from obviously parents, their parents,
It did, yeah.
And it was a cycle.
Yeah,
a cycle that was never broken.
No, it wasn't.
And then with now today's society, which makes that cycle even harder to break.
It does.
Because we couldn't break it when we were kids.
Yeah.
We've now got to try and break it for our kids. But then on top of that, there's everything else what's coming into it, especially with mental health, which is making it 10 times worse.
It really is.
It's making it 10 times worse because now everybody's. Look, I'm not saying obviously, I'm not saying that obviously people shouldn't push forward because that's not what I'm pushing. Everybody needs to push forward a bit, but everyone needs to push forward in the right way for it.
Yeah.
And it's like it's for us guys. It's made it difficult, especially to understand what say our kids might go through.
Yeah.
Or even though we've tried to relate to what our kids are going through, it's like nah. But then we think, well, wait a minute, actually, no, we can't do that.
No,
we can't be like that. It's like, right, come, take a seat. What's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
pull up.
you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, take a seat and see what's happening. But it's that other thing as well. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I said to you. Like you're like living standard. Like you went down that line.
Yeah.
You've done your naughty things.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, that's what we don't speak out things. Like,
no.
Obviously, yeah, took drugs, did stupid things. We've all done it.
Yeah.
We've all done the stupid things. But then it's that thing of the other side. If it's now, this is what I was trying to say earlier. It's now that because of the generations that are coming through, everything's now more coming to light.
Yeah,
everything like mental health more coming to light. It's getting pushed. Yeah, it was there before, but it was pushed under the carpet.
Yeah, and that's what everybody was tarnished with the same brush kind of thing. When it was the doctors and everybody was just getting given these tablets constantly. Do you know what I mean? Half the country was on sertraline, I think. Yeah.
It's mental, and that's the thing. Like, what's difficult because I remember a time when I was at school. Yeah, I'm going a little bit deep, right? But I remember a time I was at school. I was hyper. Yeah, fully hyperactive. I still am to a certain degree. It's just me. It's just me. I'm just an energetic person. You know? I'm just energetic. But I remember a time at school. I got told about ADHD. Right.
Snap.
Probably have, but then I was told, like,
excuse me,
one of two things are going to happen. You're going to have to take these tablets, which was like back then called Ritalin, right? Or you're getting kicked out of school. And I was like, right, okay, cool. Didn't want to get kicked out of school because I actually wanted to learn. I wanted to be in school.
Yeah,
I wanted to be somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously getting to the best of one crowd. So I thought, yeah, cool. Get some Ritalin down me.
Yeah.
I can't remember how long I took it for. And then I remember at one point I turned around to my mum, I'm not taking them no more. Mate goes, why? Makes you feel like a robot. Because that's what they did. It was like an emotional suppressant, I think back then, and now it's probably another name.
I've got it there, that's what I'm on.
See?
But I've only just started taking it these last 2 weeks, see?
And that's the thing. And so for us, back then, it's difficult because then we get trapped in a certain thing, which it makes things difficult for us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then, so I stopped taking them. For me, I said, no, I'm not taking them. And then, because of that era, now later on in life, you tell me I need to take tablets. No.
It was the same.
Not taking them.
Anything the doctor used to give me, I should just straight down the sink. Gone. No, I'm not doing that. That means you're weak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Yeah. It's hard for us as men to be like, nah, we need to cry, man. It's like, nah, we can't cry. Nah. We've got to be strong. Yeah. But it's like, well, who are we actually being strong for?
Yeah.
Because
not yourself if you're not crying.
Exactly. No. But then it's taken us what 37 now?
Yeah, well, the next month, yeah.
Yeah. So you're 37, I'm 36. It's taken us until we're 37. It's like, damn. Yeah, it's not just us we need to be strong. We're not being strong for us, we're being strong for everybody else.
Of course, yeah.
But then it's like, but what's that definition of being strong? It's not just being strong where you have to, because you being vulnerable is being strong.
Yeah.
But we got taught it the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the opposite way around, yeah.
If you're vulnerable, you're weak.
Yeah.
And it's like, but now it's like, no. If you're vulnerable, you are strong. Right? And this is the message that where we want to try and, because obviously I think where we are going to work with each other.
Of course.
I speak all the time, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, but like what the message that we want to get across is you're not weak by being vulnerable. You are strong by being vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, and it's one of them ones like, obviously, you know, you've been through tough times.
Yeah.
And you're still here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a little boy who adores you.
Yeah.
Alright. Obviously, I met him today for the first time. Oh, sweet little boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, big up the Leeds United supporters. Big Leeds United supporters. Obviously, I don't really follow football, but obviously Leeds is always my home. And, you know.
My dad's ashes are buried underneath Ellen Road Stadium. Yeah. Never heard of before, it is now. Every time I want to go, I mean, half his ashes are at the grave as well, but any time we've got to go back, we've had special access earlier on this year onto the pitch. And I looked there and there was some grass growing, there's just extra tougher grass, it was a different colour, it was right where we had the hole of that. It was weird. Crazy. It was weird.
That's
There's a bit out of subject, but yeah, it was weird.
No. The thing is though, it's not like out of subject.
No.
Because it still relates to everything else. Like,
of course.
That there, you was left with a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
Even though you was going, like, no one knew what you was going through.
No, they
back then. You know what
for
I mean?
a long time.
And I bet, obviously, then all of a sudden, bam, nah, you got to do this. And it's like, sugar, but I'm doing this. So and then obviously then, because you had to do that, you turn the other way even more to help you do anything else.
And I think going back to what you said before, like my dad, I never ever seen him cry. For the whole of my life, I've never seen him cry. So obviously that's just the way I knew. You don't cry.
You don't?
You know? So he left me with his thing and he obviously thought I was tough because he never seen me cry. Like, do you know what I mean? I used to hurt myself and cry, but not cry because, you know.
Oh, but not emotional?
No, not emotional cry. In pain I would cry, yeah, but not emotional. So he generally thought I was tough enough to deal with it.
Yeah.
Was I fuck? Excuse my language.
Nah, it's cool, man. It's one of them, wasn't it? So if would you say if we had if we had what's today when we was that age, do you think we would have done better growing up?
Yeah. 10 times better.
It is, isn't it? It's like,
this is a good generation to be born in many ways. In some with this topic.
Yeah, with
this topic for sure.
With this topic, all topics now. Let's not get into that.
Yeah, we're on one topic. I'm going to talk about the rest of the rest of things going on.
we could be here for hours talking about things. Do you know what I mean?
Politics.
But
it's true though.
Yeah, it's true. But obviously, I know this is a serious topic, but the thing is though, we can't just be flatline serious.
No, you can't.
End there because we're still human. End there,
yeah,
we still got a lot of things, you know. And like, say for instance, if you had, because obviously I know I asked you this question before.
Yeah.
But if you had someone when you was going through your toughest times, right, who was just there for you continuously, like even like just all the way, because do you think that would have probably helped you, like, kind of steer upwards, or do you think the generation that we was in, it was like, nah, I'm in it.
So I can answer that quite easily. So obviously my mum has always been my strength.
Yeah.
Obviously through what I've explained, obviously then a few years where I just wouldn't lean to my mum, got really difficult, but I can answer because of the last 5 years, I met a girl that I was engaged to. It's unfortunately hasn't worked out, but she was my strength. She'd been through what I'd been through, and because I could talk to her and she didn't judge, you know, as I was older and I actually could express my feelings, it became the most easiest thing to talk about. And this is how I've got to where I am. I've healed slowly but surely. It's been 5 years since I met her, and she put me onto the paths that I needed to be on.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, like, I do take my hat off to her. Like, I couldn't be where I am today without her. And like, you know, it's become a lot easier, a lot manageable. I'm like, you know, a problem had is a problem shared, or whatever the problem shared, the problem have, whatever the term of phrase is, it's true. It's very, very true. You speak, it becomes easier.
It does.
You know, it becomes a lot easier, and this is why I do what I do, because I just want to show people that, look, half the people that contact me now, they're like, I didn't know you was like that. Well, what the hell? You were doing all this behind your door because of all the reenactments and that I do. I'm like, I'm deadly serious every day of my life, mate. I was off my tree. Quite frankly, I was ill. I was so ill, and I don't know how it didn't kill me, but it didn't. And you know, thank Jesus and thank God. I'm here now to tell the story, and I just think I've got a big mouth, and I'm going to use it.
See what happens.
Right. Why does it say that?
Because it's running continuously.
Right.
So yeah, just show everything. Like obviously, because of the camera that I'm using, it does tend to overheat kind of quickly. But hopefully, it doesn't overheat too long. Even if it means I've got to pause and then come back, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But
we're making good headway anyway.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
But like the main thing is, yeah, is like us men. Listen. I know there's probably people going to be watching this who we both know.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And they're going to think, oh, idiot, man. Like, right? And probably some people are going to think that, but you know what? Yeah? You shouldn't be thinking that. Yeah? About two grown men speaking openly about the things that they've been through. Do you know what I mean? And then it's probably, you know, and it should be supportive. And this is what we're trying to say, is the fact of, well, I'm trying to say, I'm speaking too much. But anyway.
No, I'll jump in once you finish. It's good to support that.
But the thing is, it shouldn't be a fact of, yeah, I idiot, man, look at you, man, sharing this. But now, we need to stop this. We need to stop this and be like, yo, because all that's doing is putting people down.
Yeah.
To say that you can't do this, you're not strong enough to go through this. But at the end of the day, the way that I see it, those who put people down, you are the weakest ones.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're weak because you're trying to tear down somebody else who's trying to better themselves. So, all you people out there, yeah, there's, like I said before, there's people out there that will help you. Yeah, that will help you to speak, right? Obviously, we spoke about something that you're going to be doing. Obviously, we won't go into too much detail because you haven't been in. But if you want
it's not live yet.
It's not live yet. But if you want to find out more about that, I will put Elliot's TikTok details on in the description. Give him a follow and then just go from there, right? And just, yeah, we need to support each other.
We do, of course we do. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And even one thing I was going to say then is like a lot of people maybe don't go through, you know, depression, mental health issues, but that doesn't mean that somebody you know isn't gonna or hasn't. And with what you you know, you listen to and learn from these videos, you can pass it on to other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even share the video so somebody else sees that. Do you know, just because you're not struggling doesn't mean somebody else is. And a lot of people aren't. You know, they're not opening up and they're sat hid behind the doors, thinking there's nowhere to turn, but there is. You know, and it's not weak to reach out to people. It's the strongest thing you can do. You know, and it's saved my life by speaking. You know, I was hiding behind the way I looked, just thinking, you know, I'm all right because I look presentable today and nobody knows I've got a nice car. I look this way, so it's fine. Nobody can see what's actually happening. But I could. It were killing me inside. I were dying inside. Do you know what I mean? And the second I spoke out to somebody that had been through what I'd been through 4.5 years ahead of me, that was it then. I was just open, and it opened up my avenue into just recovering properly and getting to where I am. You know, so people, you need to speak, you must speak.
Yeah, man. See, there you go. Yeah, but you know, you must speak, man. Just speak. You've heard it from me. You've heard it from Barty. Obviously, we're gonna probably start something in the new year. Just 100%. In fact, we might even do it sooner. But obviously, we've both got families. We've both got lives. Both got everything else going on. But end of the day, do you know what I mean? Like, just speak to someone. If someone asks you, goes, "How you doing?" Don't just say, "I'm okay," right? Because you might say okay straight away, but then just be yourself. Don't even, if you're not okay, just say, "No, I'm not okay," right? And just ask, "Do you have a minute to speak?"
Yeah,
yeah. Because men's suicide is absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
Right. And I know people say it's this, that, and the other, but it's probably so undocumented how big men's suicide is.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. I've only so many people know this about me. Obviously, I shared it with you in the car.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Right? And I've been through that. Yeah, it was a moment of madness where I've been through that. Right? And it's something that I'll always regret. I'll have a scar for the rest of my life to there, but obviously that's me. But obviously, you know, and I'm not talking about things that I haven't been through. I've been through a lot, and I did this because I did it for me, and I wanted to express this that I knew. But then also now it's a case of no, do you know what? We all need to group together, and if you are going through things, it's cool. Everybody goes through things.
Yeah.
You know, it's
life.
It's life. But then what we can't. I know it's the easy way, like what you did, drink, drugs, the fast life.
Yeah.
The fast life to.
But you think helps, that actually makes you worse.
Yeah.
Both depressants, you know.
Do you know what I mean? And then what? Obviously, then we go down the other road. I'm not going to speak about the other road.
No.
We've been down that other road. You know, we've both been down it.
Yeah.
It's not the best roads, but we both came out of it though.
We both saved our own lives, haven't we?
We both saved our lives.
And by doing what? By speaking.
Yeah. You know,
by owning it.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's like I said in my last video, I didn't realise for a long time. I just thought mental health was like, yeah, whatever, overthinking this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But you know what? Now it's a big thing, you know, and you know, obviously I've been through my own stuff, and boy, yeah, obviously it's just one of them ones. But we're here today. I'm just gonna pass on the message and say, you know what? It's okay to speak
loud,
and speak strong,
and be heard.
Yeah. You might get that as a t-shirt, you know.
If you're not being heard, then speak loud. A big voice like mine, man.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, as much as we're laughing and joking this out, but nah, it is serious. Like, I know probably some of you are gonna be thinking, because didn't really speak about anything, but when you sit and listen, we did. You know, where we haven't gone deep in the reason why we've got mental health or stuff like that. But it's just to show that, and we're not just doing it for the camera. You know what I mean? You know, it's just one of them ones. You know, we want to spread awareness. You know, and at first I was just going to do it on my own, and then I spoke to you about it.
Yeah.
And then, boy, how hard has it been trying to organise this, man?
This is what I mean. And we're living, what, 200 miles apart as well?
Exactly. Like, obviously, yeah, we're coming in Leeds. Obviously, I live in Manchester, you live in Bristol.
Yeah.
And, boy, it's difficult.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. But we're here, we've finally made this happen. And you know what? Just speak. You know, if you ever need to speak to anyone, obviously, there's, especially for men, right? Obviously, I think I've said this before, but I do go to Andy's Man Club on a Monday, right? Speak to them. I know people say if you go speak to a counsellor, but sometimes counselling, we have this conversation.
It's too formal, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes counselling don't happen. You want to speak to someone who can bounce off each other.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Someone who's been in your same.
Someone who understands it. Yeah, that's
And
not working from a textbook.
No, exactly. And I think that's probably like the question I was trying to ask you earlier.
You're right.
You know, if you could have bounced off someone who previously has been in your situation, like in the situation, would that? Do you think that could have changed? Do you know what I mean? Well, obviously, it's hard to say now.
It is. I mean, every individual is different.
Exactly.
But I personally believe that I recovered because of speaking to somebody that had been through what I've been through.
Yeah.
My mum wouldn't have had a clue to how to help that, because she never had any issues that I'd been through.
Yeah.
But when I spoke to somebody that had been through what I'd been through, I understood it straight away.
Yeah.
And I understood them, and all of a sudden I'm like, well, if they've done it, and so can I.
Yeah. See, you know what? It's right there. If I can do it, he can do it. If we can do it, you can do it as well. Yeah. There's always someone out there who's been through or similar to what you've been through.
100%.
Alright, and you've got this. And on that note, I'm going to wrap this up because my camera is overheating yet again. But I do need to upgrade my camera equipment because the one that I'm using is not for longevity. So, if any of you all want to sponsor me to buy a new camera,
yeah, right,
hit me up. Also, like on this video as well, I want to give an absolute massive shout out to Twisted Generation. Yeah, obviously I'm wearing one of their hoodies today. You know, the guy who owns it, like it was big, like on mental health. Do you know what I mean? And it's thanks to him after speaking to him beforehand. Before I did my first video about mental health, he was part of the reason why I did that, and also my loved ones closest to me as well. So also massive shout out to Twisted Generation. Keep up the fantastic work, keep up the fantastic promotion in what you're doing. Also big up for the clothing that you do. Also, if you guys like the hoodie that you're wearing, check out www.twistedgeneration.com. Use Jermaine15 to get yourself 15% off. All details will be in the description. So on that one, we're gonna jump off this. We're gonna have a nice chat, and then we'll see you in the next video. I don't know when the next video on mental health will be, but it's one of them ones. It's not something that can organise. It can, but it's just difficult because especially it's coming to that time of year. Wow, sugar! I just realised it is coming to that time of year, isn't it?
It's the best time to have this video going out.
Yeah, it is. But it's also coming to that time of year where that festival time of year where people are going to start missing loved ones, and everything else, and that's the time where people turn to substances that they think is going to help.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. If you are suffering with anything when it is coming up to this festive time, which is in a couple of months, it's not even there yet, but people think it is.
Yeah, right.
But you know what? Don't turn to something that's easy. Yeah, pick up the phone, speak to someone, and just don't ring someone randomly. Speak to someone who you know will take the time and just sit, talk, and
give you the right answers.
It's not even the right answers. It's not even
understand your questions.
And sometimes it's not even that.
Yeah.
It's not even the fact of understanding. It's not even the fact of having the right answer. It's just sometimes you just want someone there where you can just offload.
Yeah.
Offload, and then that person could be sat there. The phone could be there, right? Oh, and we're back. Sorry about that. Camera cut out. Anyway, I can't remember what I was saying now, but my camera cut out. But anyway, look, just be there for one another. Yeah, men, you've got this.
Of course you do, man.
It's there's associations out there that will help. I can say this from my own experience, and this Man Club is a very, very good one. So if you are suffering, go through them. Speak to him. Go to one of the sessions. You don't have to speak straight away. Just go through, speak to him, and we all can do it. Like where I won't say we've completely finished our journey because
we'll go on for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've got because at the end of the day, if we can openly admit, finally after years, then
we're at peace.
We're at peace with it, and so can you as well.
Yeah,
so. Do you know what? I appreciate.
Thank you for having me, man.
No problem, man. I know I probably like being waffling on.
No. I'm glad. I was nervous about this. I'm not used to talking by myself.
Do you know
and to a camera.
But do you know what? No, I was nervous about doing this as well. Like obviously, because of
it's new. It's different.
It's new. It's different. And it's not an easy subject to speak about.
No,
it's very, very not. And
no, it's not.
It's not. But yeah. But anyway, guys, if you've watched all the way to the end, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I'd really appreciate it. Send this to anybody that's struggling. Yeah, tell them to watch this video. Very, very much appreciate it. So do you know what? Good night. Take care. And take it easy.
Thank you.
Good night.